Hello everyone, it is the third week in November on Saturday, and I wanted to do a little trial of my lighting rig to make sure the climate and everything inside my little grow room here, which is actually a spare bedroom of my house, the only place that I could do it at this point since I don't have a greenhouse. So I want to start a couple plants tonight. I think I have maybe 2 6-packs or 2 9-packs, and maybe 18 plants, 15 plants of various types that I have, of seeds that I've had for a few years, seeds that I've just got, or seeds that were given to me or I had from last year, just to kind of see, to make sure that what I have, my setup, is going to work. So let's get started. Alright, the seeds that I'll be trying today, as you see I have one of my 9-packs already with soil. This one here I'll be filling with soil momentarily, and these are just cheap little 9-packs, nothing real fancy. I actually have some more heavy duty, I believe it's 128 cell. I have 2 of those, which will be my main seed starting trays once I get things up and running in the spring, in mid-March to April. However, today I'm just going to do these 18, and the seeds I'm going to be doing today are all seeds that you could start straight in the ground. However, up here in Ontario, the growing season is too short for the majority of these things. And mainly, I have these 3 different types of tomatoes. They're just regular beefsteak, and an early tomato. So I'm going to do 3 of each of those to see what kind of things germinate. I also have here's a sunflower, which is something that you would just plant straight out, but I have the seeds, so I want to try out 1 or 2 of those. This is a pack last year from Gourds. So this one's some pumpkin, baby Pam. They're pie pumpkins. I'm really hoping to get some germination out of these. Their seeds are still good. And then I also have my two varieties of cucumber. I got a pickling cucumber and I have a slicing cucumber. And again, cucumbers and pumpkins you can easily start outside yourself, just putting them in the ground. But I want to see, how things work with these. These are all pretty easy seeds, other than the tomatoes. They're all big seeds, so I shouldn't have any issue with those. However, the tomato seeds are the ones that I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens. So as I see, I have 1 pot already started here, and I'm going to just go ahead and fill up the other pot. I have some mix here. That's just your ordinary starting mix, bought from a store. I actually had this as some from last year, which I haven't really used, but I don't know why it won't still be usable. Just fill it up. There's a little bigger pieces in here than I would like, but I don't have a sifter made yet. So there, we'll just go with that. And again, I am upstairs in my house, so I have to keep things a little bit more cleaner, if possible. So what I'm doing now is just firming the soil down a little bit. If there's any little sticks and stuff, just get that out. Just firming it up a little bit, not too much, because you want to keep the aeration from the roots and everything in there. Alright, I have my 3 seed packs here. So basically in this one here, all I'm going to do is make a couple little indentations here, just 2. I know with tomato seeds they're pretty small, so you don't want to be covering them that much, but I'm shooting to put 2-3 seeds per little pocket here and see what happens. Get a couple in it, that's fine too. You can always thin them out. You can always thin it out later. I don't have a fancy seeder made yet like Donald has, which is the Bayou Gardener, by the way, but by next year I'll have one made. There we go. It's a couple seeds in each. These seeds were ones that I actually picked up from a garden center on sale one day when I was actually looking for, I believe, some electrical equipment. But I figured I'd take a little look, and there's no reason why they shouldn't be viable. And as anybody who's grown tomato seeds before knows, tomato seeds are real tiny. So as far as covering them up, you gotta do it sparingly, which I made a little hole, so just a little bit of a sprinkle on the top. And I'm pretty new at this, so if you see some things that I should be doing differently, feel free to let me know. And all I'm going to do is just firm up the soil, make it have good contact with the seeds. There, just like that. And I have quite a few extra seeds from just the one or two of them. Alright, so that's done. Now we set that aside, and we'll go on to our bigger seeds. Alright, well, as you can see, I'm in my second tray here, and as you see, there's labels in them already before I even put the seed in. That's because I'm going to put, let's see, 3, 4, 5 different things in this one tray, and by the time I plant them and write the labels out, I forget which one is in which. But anyway, basically all I'm going to do is just make an indentation here. And again, these are all fairly big seeds, so you want to plant them, half an inch or so in the ground. I find the bigger the seed, the more forgiving it is as far as depth goes. And here I have some baby Pam pumpkins, so I'm just gonna do it by hand. I'm just gonna put 2 seeds in each little hole. And then same thing with sunflower seed. Oops. Seeds were bigger than I thought. Sunflower seeds. I'll just put 2 in there. And so I'm going to continue doing that with the rest of my things, and then we'll water them in. Alright, I have everything covered up with soil and labeled. My tomatoes are labeled, my pumpkins, the cucumber, sunflower, and gourd, everything is labeled. So as you can see, there's only 18 little seedlings here in this big tray. Unfortunately, I don't have a smaller tray, so this is what I have to use. So as if I would try to pour water over this, I know I'd end up have seeds floating, and some would probably come to the surface, some would sink down, and they wouldn't stay at the level that I have them set at right here. So basically what I'm going to do is a bottom water technique. The bottom of these pots, I don't have one to show you, but they have a slit in the bottom, so it will absorb the water. Unlike the peat pots or the fiber pots, it won't absorb probably as quickly, but I'll leave these set for till overnight. The soil is not too dry, but it is, fairly dry. So I'm just going to fill this up. I'm not sure if I have quite enough water for this whole thing. And this is just straight out of the well, out of the tap. We have a well here, so I have the water is not chlorinated, obviously, so I don't have to bubble out any chlorination. So as we see there, it's only about maybe an eighth of an inch, so I'll get another can of this, fill this up for tonight, and then lower my lights down to get that going, and we'll check back with you in a bit. Hopefully within, I don't know, 3 to 10 days, all these things should be up. The tomatoes may take a little longer, but everything else, all the big seeds, they should be up within a week, no problem. So thank you for joining me on this little experiment, and hopefully in a week from now I'll have some seedlings to show you. Thanks for watching. Comments and questions are welcome. Thank you.